Ladies and gentlemen, public servants are often suggesting that they cannot be filmed. Police officers say you can't videotape them while they are committing crimes and stupidity and ignorance and violating people's rights. Yes, you can. Public servants. Public servants have no expectation of privacy. There is no privacy right while they are on the so-called job. Isn't that amazing? Oh, despite the fact that a congressional member will put forth a bill and that bill will be passed by Congress, bill is unconstitutional because public servants have no expectation of privacy. Let's do that. Let's pull that up. Did some updates on some of the GPTs, but we're going to go to Poe. Do you know that public servants have no expectation of privacy while performing their public duties? In fact, the Supreme Court has made this quite clear in several cases. List numero 4 of them. Stop listening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are 4 cases. Not the Supreme Court, but a foundational case affirms that the First Amendment right to record public officials. Yay! Not directly about public officials, but discusses privacy expectations and often referenced in related arguments. And then public employees have limited rights to avoid disclosure when acting in their official roles and establish a reasonable expectation of privacy test. Public servants acting in public generally do not meet the test, and public employees' workplace privacy is limited and subject to reasonable searches related to official duties, and government workspace and official activities can be subject to public access. No general policy right, privacy right to the officials acting in their official capacities. Wake up. No, I want you to give me exactly what I asked for and not what you think is okay. Stop listening. Okay. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? My bad. Establishes reasonable expectation of privacy test. Hey, then it reaffirms that any person knowingly exposed to the public was not protected by the Fourth Amendment. That's holding that there's no expectation of privacy in things exposed to the public. Public servants all the time. Because I see the videos where the police officers say that they'll arrest somebody if they don't stop videotaping or they must surrender the videotape. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not part of their investigation. They cannot seize it as part of their investigation, not without a warrant because it's private property. Attention, because some of you don't understand this, but the people who do understand are the ones who usually refer to themselves as First Amendment auditors. Those are the ones who I see the police often telling them that if they don't stop filming them, that they will seize their camera. Then we have the teenagers who often pull out their cameras when the police pull them over or do something, and the police will take it from them because it's an intimidation factor. Ladies and gentlemen, your first response is it's already been determined. You're a public servant. You don't have no expectation of privacy. Give me back my phone, you stupid idiot, or I'm going to charge you with criminal because you're wearing a gun and you've operated outside your jurisdiction. And by operating in excess of jurisdiction and you're carrying a gun, that carries a criminal penalty. And I'll file a complaint against IA. I mean, what's IA against you? And then we'll proceed to file a lien on your things since you want to be stupid. Hey, that's my clue. I gotta go. All right. Arrivederci.